And what I'm going to do here is show you how to use a determinator to find the preferred spin axis of a ball. We're going to use the Beyond Ridiculous in this case, and we're going to spin this 3 times before this video the seminar is over. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is put the ball in the determinator. Ryan is right-handed, so I use the left-hand column, and I get the direction of rotation the same. This is the way the ball would rotate off his hand. Going this way, thumb first, and then followed by the fingers. Okay, let's spin it and find out where the PSA of this drilled ball is. Okay, and now I'll mark it. Okay, let it stop. And the center of that circle is the preferred spin axis, which you would call the mass bias of this drilled ball. Notice it's nowhere near the line from the pin through the CG. Now, in the videos we're going to put a balance hole in it, spin it again, then we're going to plug the balance hole and spin it again, and we're going to show you how the PSA, which is the mass bias of the drill ball, will move back and forth depending upon whether there's a balance hole in it or not. This is pertinent to the changes in the ball specs. Thank you very much. PSA is actually the high RG axis of the ball. And with symmetrical balls, it is in the thumb. I don't care where you put the CG. Put it next to your sister, put it next to the coffee machine at home. It doesn't matter. It's going to be in the thumb. Why? Because when you drill a hole in a bowling ball, you raise the RG of that spot because you replace bowling ball with air. Air has a specific gravity of 0.013 grams per cubic centimeter. Okay? We're going to throw this Beyond Ridiculous. We did it without the balance hole. Well, let's throw it. This is without the balance hole. Okay, we froze it there again, same video. This is Beyond Ridiculous. Drill 43 3/4, 20 with no hole. Okay? Now we're going to get tricky. We're going to spin the Beyond Ridiculous Pearl again. You'll notice we put a balance hole in it. The balance hole is 1.125 drill bit, 3 inches deep. So we moved a significant amount of mass. Okay, again, I'll set it up like I did the last time for a right-hander on the left column, so the ball's spinning in the right direction. And we'll turn it on and see how far the PSA has moved. There's the original PSA there. Okay. You'll notice the PSA has moved from on the thumb hole to over here, almost in line, on the line from the pin through the CG. So this is now the PSA. When we measured it, it moved 2.5 inches to the right. Okay, by putting the second hole in the ball, we pulled the PSA towards the second hole because it's now in between both the holes. Okay? Go ahead.
Will that necessarily be halfway between the two?
Nope.
Okay.
Depends on the size of the hole and the density of the part of the ball you hit when you put the hole. There's only one way to know where it is. Spin it.
What was that, a P1 hole? I didn't hear that.
Nope, that hole is on where everybody puts them. Between the center of the grip, on the line from the center of the grip through the CG, where it intersects the VAL. At least that's the way we used to do it 20 years ago. Okay? The balance hole moved the PSA 2.5 inches to the right. So Ryan's going to go through it. He moved his feet 3 boards left and sent it right with the balance hole in it. Okay? The ball changed motion because we moved the PSA of the drilled ball. That's what you're going to learn today. Okay? Okay, go ahead. Ryan Mao has been nice enough to plug the hole with black plug so we can see it. And we will then respin the ball to see what kind of an effect that has on the location of the PSA of the drilled ball. It's where the PSA was before we put the hole in. This is where the PSA was after we put the hole in. Now let's see what this did. Okay? It returned it about 90% of the way back to its original location. Here's where the PSA was without the hole. Here's where the PSA is with an 1 1/8 hole, 3 inches deep. When we plug the hole, it goes back to here. So it's returned almost all the way to its original position. So I'm anticipating, and we will show you, that the two balls without the balance hole and the plug spot will roll about the same. Ryan said that when he threw the ball with the hole in it, it hooked 3 and 2 more. Okay. Now the reason it didn't go all the way back is we didn't fill it to the top, and the density of the plug is slightly less than the density of the material you removed. But it'll come back 90% of the way. And Ryan said he moved 3 and 2 back when he put the balance hole. He moved 3 and 2 left when he put the hole in it, and he had to move back when he plugged the hole. Here's where he plugged the hole. Notice, ball doesn't go right and come back. So what are we going to learn? I took a long time to do this because this is critical to symmetrical balls. All right? And you're going to find out a couple of tricks here. Okay, Ryan had to move his feet back to the right. Here's your diagram. Okay? There's the PSA of the drilled ball without the balance hole. Here's the PSA of the drilled ball with the balance hole. Okay? Those blue dots is the migrating axis. Showed you how I did the three lines, right? Each one of those dots is 15 degrees. So, the ball had to migrate 1, 2, 3, 4, a little over 60 degrees when it precessed before the migrating axis crossed the line from the pin to the PSA. Once I put the hole in it, it only had to go about 35 degrees. So this ball, okay, had the migrating axis cross the line from the drill ball from the pin to the PSA. We call that the pin to spin line. A bowling ball will rev up when the migrating axis crosses the pin to spin line. End of statement. A bowling ball will rev up when the migrating axis crosses the pin to spin line. That's the laws of the universe. I'm sorry. With symmetrical balls, that's it. Now, you're not allowed to use a balance hole anymore. So they're all going to spin on the thumb. I don't care how much side weight you got in it. It's going to hook less with the plugged hole than it did when it had the hole in it. That's the important lesson here. We're getting started. We're learning migratory paths, pin to spin lines, determine how balls roll.